I didn't meet myself for coffee. Instead, I decided I would reserve us a table and meet her on the pavement. While people watching, I see her emerge from around the corner. I wore my natural black hair down, and her black hair was ombre blonde at the ends, tied up in a ponytail. I wore a dress, and she wore skinny jeans with an oversized jumper. I smiled at her softly, but she looked back over her shoulder to check if it truly were for her. Then she musters her courage to give me a timid wave as I reached to pull her to my side on the pavement. A sparkle in her eyes, a mix of bravery, wide-eyed dreams, tears held back, and the greatest will to live. She blurts out, "I'm sorry, There I cut her off and say, "Please don't apologize. Of all people, I understand why." She lets out a sigh and tears stream down her face. I tell her don't hold back, cry it all out. I know all she needs right now is a hug and reassurance of her feelings. I want to tell her it won't always be like this. But I don't. There are many seasons and obstacles ahead. Little does she know it'll hurt way more before she finds the power in herself to heal her scars and wounds. I just hold her as she lets it all out. Then all of a sudden, I check the time. It's 11:30. Time for coffee. Her order is a strong flat white and I got a matcha. I watch her hug that mug and savor every sip like it's magic. She told me about all the migraines and pains she couldn't quite explain. I reached over the table and held her hand and told her it was all real and that she wasn't imagining it. She looked puzzled at me. I know it's because it'll be a decade before she'll even feel valid and resolve all these unexplainable feelings. We continue our conversation and she tells me about university, the many part-time jobs that take up her time, family, and her worries. I just sit there and let her feel heard. Everything she will go through make the woman I am becoming. She was in survival mode and terrified of the past. I have more peace in my life now than that little girl could have ever imagined. We leave that cafe and I walk her to the bookshop nearby. We won't meet again for 12 more years. But each day she thinks of the woman she didn't recognize, who acknowledged her as she is.